Welcome back to the Mid-Year YouTube channel. In today's episode, I wanted to do a comparison between this Tribute Split, a wide body split window Tribute car, to a stock split window with a stock body without all these extra wide curves. I want to get a comparison of these two side by side. So let's get this guy cleaned off, get it pushed outside, and let's get some cool shots of the two side by side. So be sure to stick around. So the Tribute Split outside, blew it off a little bit, and this is the first time I can really take a few steps back and look at this thing. You know, all the panel gaps are as nice as we could get them, but there's still a lot of body work that needs to be done, but it's still an awesome looking car, even without the headlights, without a grille, all roughed in. Still a good looking car. I wasn't totally sold, I'll be honest, on this front end whenever I first got it, but it definitely grew on me. Wasn't sure how I would like the rear quarter panels either, but you know, I kind of like them the more I look at them. It's something different, you know. It's cool to see one's done differently. It's definitely custom. It took a lot of work to get it to be custom, but I think it was worth it, and I think the customer will be happy with it. This is probably one of the best cars that we've turned out here, but just check this thing. She's blinding in the light with this brand new split window top. And of course I had to put some markings on it, so that way when it's going home for like 2,500 miles on an open trailer, maybe we'll get a couple subscribers or views along the way. At least advertise a little bit. But she's all cleaned out, ready to go. She's gonna need some finish work, but he's definitely more than capable of bringing this up to the point where it needs to be. So this thing's gonna be a pretty sweet ride. I'm fired up to see it finished up. I think this is awesome. Now I have my red split window pulled out next to it, which if you guys aren't familiar with this is the first car that we've restored on the channel, second car I've ever restored. This is a all matching numbers 63, 327, 300 horse, 4-speed with power steering, power windows, power brakes. Then we also have knockoffs on it and an N11 exhaust. So this is a really nice restored example of what a split window would have looked like originally. And then over here we have our Tribute Split with the dynamic wide fenders on it. So if you look at this car, it does taper out a little bit, but it's actually almost flat from about here back, where this car, well, it just doesn't stop curving. Maybe about here's a little bit straight, but everywhere else is pretty well curvy. So it's a pretty curvy dude. Looks like our trailer transport might be here. But the rear quarters are also just as wide. So you can see it's got a nice curve to it, where this guy is pretty flat. So overall, there's a very big comparison between the two of them. But I don't know, I like them both. I think as a resto mod this will be really cool, but I really like the original stuff the best. That's just me personally. But this also looks awesome with a 67 Stinger hood on it. But you can't beat the original 63 louvered hood. So I don't know, it's a trade-off. I think this one will look a lot tougher without wheels that aren't 3 inches wide. But you know, we have a lot of room for wheel wells in here. So we've got lots of options with this car. He's gonna have a lot of fun with it. It's gonna be an awesome build whenever it's done. But looks like the truck's backing up now, so that's about all the content we have left for this guy. I took a bunch of pictures, but now it's time to get this dude loaded up so we can go back home to Utah and continue its journey to one day look similar to this car. Yeah. That gooseneck's key. He knows his truck. Out with one, in with another. I apologize, I had to end the video abruptly there. The shipper showed up to pick up the Tribute Split, and we just had to get her loaded up and get her back home to Utah, but she's there now. But like I said, I don't have any problem with the dynamic Corvette fiberglass. The quality is really nice. They have a good design, but it's not 100% my taste. I think it looks good on that car. I think it looks cool in a resto mod, and I like to see different cars that aren't just all done exactly the same. So it's neat to have some variety. That would also look great under a car that's pro touring. If you need that wide body to fit some big tires under there to do some handling, or you just want an aggressive looking car. There's nothing wrong with that. Personally, I prefer the more stock stuff, but these cars are very limited on what you can fit wheel-wise without going really far in or really far out. They're just rather narrow, especially with a stock chassis. So if you have a stock chassis and you go with a little bit wider quarter panel, you can get a lot wider tire under the back. So I mean, it's all about your personal preference. Again, I like more original, but everybody has their own taste. People like the old flares back in the day, which was another way to get bigger tires under it, and this just keeps the original body line of the car. It just bulges it out more. So it's all about what your taste is, and I'm excited to see what cars come next. That was fun to do one that was different. I've never done a wide body Corvette before, and I enjoyed that one. Definitely a different process, a lot of good materials, and I'm excited to go to the next cars, which a lot of the cars coming up are gonna be stock body dimensions, which is fine. I enjoy putting them together. I tell the customer, I really don't care what parts you use. You give me the parts, I'll glue them on. I mean, it's the same for me, basically. As long as they're good quality, they fit up well, really doesn't matter to me. So I enjoyed it, and hopefully you guys enjoyed that project. There'll be one more video coming up on that, doing the full build on the Tribute Split project, so be sure to check that out. But I hope you enjoyed it. This was just a little comparison between a stock body Corvette, my red split window, which has a lot of original GM fiberglass on it. I just really love the classic iconic lines of the original car. I think they nailed it with the curves of the car, just the slopes. It was just a really iconic and just beautiful looking car in my opinion, and very timeless. And the new one's a lot more aggressive, so it's all about what you want in your car. But that's gonna do it for this video. If you enjoyed, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe. We have a lot of cool projects coming up that you're not gonna wanna miss. So I got a lot of work to do, and I'll catch you guys later.